Babies don't stay babies very long, not only in life, but also in the Sims world. In fact, in the Sims world, babies grow very, very quickly, practically overnight. And there's Gemma, Gloria and Maya, toddlers now and sleeping peacefully. Yes, the triplets, but all three of them have completely different characters. I won't say it's been easy for Sammy and Alex bringing these three up, because it hasn't. It's been a pretty big challenge, as you can imagine, but they've done a really good job. The nice thing is that all three of them do get on very well with each other, so there's been very little fighting, very little disturbances, but overall it's been quite a good experience for them. Now I imagine that we will be aging these three up probably in the next episode, so I'll try and do a little bit of a focus on these three while they're still toddlers. But it is the middle of the night at the moment, and Sammy and Alex are getting some well-earned shut-eye, which is quite a rare thing when you've got triplets, but they're making the most of this time anyway. And what they tend to do is get up very early in the morning so they can have a bit of time just to do the things that they used to do before the triplets came along. But for now, it's a very peaceful household. Right, Sammy and Alex have now got up. The triplets are still sleeping away. It's a pretty miserable day outside, which is a bit unfortunate really, because Will and Stephen had planned on doing like a toddler play date today. But obviously with the rain outside, it's not going to be possible. So fingers crossed it stops raining before this afternoon. Otherwise they might have to end up cancelling it. We are right in the middle of summer now, so I'm surprised it is raining, but as we all know, we can never predict the weather. I think Sammy must be watching a pretty sad film. Let's have a quick look, see what she's watching. Oh, it's like a lassie film. Oh, Alex isn't impressed. Oh, all of a sudden Alex is showing a bit of interest in it.
Schlurfy, Yabin, Balacher, Fleisha. Oh. Waxwin.
Oh, and now Alex is getting all emotional over a silly little film.
Kelna.
Oh,
So, there's what's been happening over in Sam and Alex's house. And it stopped raining. What a perfect start to the day. A dip in the hot tub. And Mariah's joined by Will and Stephen because they've got a little bit of talking to do because they are in the process of planning something. Nothing sinister, don't worry. Oh, come back, Mariah. Thank you very much. But they've got something to rehearse. Newquest Pride is coming up very soon. And they have formed into a bit of a dance troupe. And they've been having a little bit of practice, but what they would really like to do is head off to the local nightclub and see if they can borrow the facilities there, just to see how the dance routine's coming along and whether they should make any improvements or changes to it, and just see what it looks like on a proper stage. So Mariah will have got off to get ready, and Stephen is making the most of his new toy, because after all it was him that bought this. But he doesn't use it that often. I don't think he gets the chance to be honest with you. So if he's on his own, then he might as well make the most of it. Well, that didn't last long, did it? Mariah's back. That's okay, Stephen says. I'll come back in for 5 minutes and then we'll go and get changed. If I can have my drink with me, says Mariah. Don't spill it. Right, time to get changed into their outfits. This should be fun. Okay. That's very pride-ish, I think. Right, looks very nice, I must say, in that little outfit. And Will looks rather cute in his. Yes, very fetching, I must say. Dare I say camp? Yes, I'll say camp. Right, they're over at the nightclub now, and DJ is playing. There's nobody else here at the moment, so that's rather good. Then why should there be anybody here at 10 o'clock in the morning? Right then, let's not be nervous. Let's get into position, and we'll give it a run through.
Lella! Bravo! Spino? Yeah, fruit.
Well, that was rather good, wasn't it? I enjoyed that. Well done, yes, absolutely. Well done, guys. That's caused quite a crowd now after that, so I'd take that as a compliment. Oh, I think the alien wants to try and audition for the dance troupe. I don't think that's going to be a good idea. He hasn't really got the moves, has he? No, I think we'll leave that.
Short, below the front.
Ready.
Samurai's upstairs now making a few notes on the dance and whether they need to make any changes or anything. She seems to think it's okay, but Will's downstairs listening to the music, and Stephen's come up to give her a bit of a hand and throw a few ideas over. They've got about 3 or 4 weeks to make changes and rehearse before their big Pride performance. Stephen's wondering whether they should get a... Yeah, it is a bit warm in here, isn't it? Stephen's wondering if they should introduce a 4th member into the troupe. And Mariah is not too happy about that, so I think they're going to keep it as a 3.
Ah, Nimenu Friffa. Gisapa Bwef. Watani Chof.
Maybe they'll have another rehearsal before they have to do it at Pride. We'll have to wait and see. It's toddler playdate time, and Maya, Gloria, Gemma, Brad, and Derek have come down to the park for the afternoon, supported by a few adults. Now, this is the point in the video where you can go and make a cuppa, and I'll just play some music. joint birthday time. So Brad and Derek were actually born on the same day. So what they've decided to do is have a joint birthday party over at the House of Doom, because obviously there's more room there, and they've got this amazing dance floor, which used to be a dining sort of sitting room, but then for a New Year's Eve party, I believe it was, they set up this dance room, and it seemed to be ideal for the parties, so they've kept it where it is. So for the catering, they've got Alex on the job because he's a bit of a good cook. So he's on cake baking duties. Nadine is pouring herself a cocktail because she has a house full of children and she's thinking, I'm going to need this to get through the day. Wise woman. So it looks like the cake is just about ready now. Oh, well done, Alex. Fine cake.
Good luck.
Just need to pop some candles on there, so if Hannah's around, because we're going to be probably aging Brad up first, she can pop, well, here she is, she can pop some candles on so nobody pinches a slice before they should do. Right, what's happening now? Party's in full swing now. Stephen and Will have been very inappropriate at the children's party, but there you go. But the kid is there, and you can actually see for the first time how the triplets are looking now they've all aged up to toddlers. I know it's a kiddies party, but it's really for the adults as well. I think Sammy's being a typical mother with triplets. She's not allowing them to have a really good time. She just stood there lecturing them on this, that and the other. Come on, Sammy, give him a break. Right, I think we should be just about ready to age Brad up. So let's pop over to the cake and see what happens now. Always curious to see what they look like when they age up from a toddler. No, Derek, it's not your turn yet. Hannah, when you're ready. Maybe she doesn't want to age him up. Maybe she wants to keep him as a baby, toddler. Oh, is Jack doing it? I don't know. Is anybody going to age the baby up? Ah. Looks like Hannah's going to do it after all. So here we go. Let's get little Brad aged up.
Yes, an herb? Oh, babe.
Oh, well, there's Rodney Red from the Colour family. Obviously working in catering now. Right, Derek's turn now, I think, if anybody can find him.
A few moments later.
And here he comes. So let's get Derek aged up now.
Oh, Bangira. Oh. Then
Oh dear, I don't think Nadine wants to.
Yips. Oh, Mushy.
I hope he keeps his red hair. I'm sure he will do.
Woo! Snarbs, Yama!
Anytime now. Yes, he's still got his red hair. That's good.
Oh. More holiday.
Oh, they do grow quickly, she says. Right, so there's the aging up done.
Ah, Lenoi Suna.
So perhaps we can get a bit of a closer look at them now. So that's how Brad looks now. And if we can try and find Derek, because these here he is. Look, because these two were good friends when they were toddlers. So there's no reason why they shouldn't be good friends now they've aged up. There we go. They're now best friends. That's really good. Oh, Linda's showing some moves behind there. Oh, that's good because these two are going to be going to school together, obviously. So that's always a nice thing to do. And yep, they are the best of friends. That's very good. Oh, selfie time. It's interesting to see Rodney Red in the background. I didn't think we'd ever see any of the Colour family in this series, but obviously the game has decided that he's going to be working in catering now, so that's a good thing. Now I was going to record a scene on this pirate ship with Brad and Derek, but then this notification popped up in the top right hand corner, which says that Rodney tried to steal Jack's money. Now, rather foolish. Yeah, I'm not surprised they despise each other now because Jack's a bouncer. You don't mess with Jack. Now I think we better abandon that idea, and I think we better go and see what's going off. So there's Jack. I'm not quite sure where Rodney is. Oh yes, he's over by the bar now. Look, so that obviously they're keeping the distance. And I do believe that Jack is sporting a black eye. So obviously got to a bit of fisticuffy, which is very inappropriate for a children's party. But nevertheless, obviously, if anybody's going to try and steal my money, I think I would probably get involved like that. Well, I wouldn't black somebody's eye, obviously, but. This is Jack and he's a bouncer. And he's obviously got a bit of explaining to do to Hannah as to why he's got a fat lip and a black eye. Looking a little bit guilty, but she said, well, don't worry. She said, I knew it got a bit of a bad reputation, so I don't blame you. So I think it's time for them to go now, so Jack said to Hannah, go and get your coat and we'll head off home. I think I don't really want to be in a situation where trouble could kick off again, so let's get ourselves home.
No.
So Glenn and Cheryl and Laura and Elizabeth are out at the local restaurant for a meal. A little bit stressed out at the moment because tomorrow is Glenn and Cheryl's wedding day, and as you can see outside, it's raining. It's not just raining, it is absolutely throwing it down. What could be worse, rain on a wedding day?
Tanova.
But they're ever optimistic. They're hoping that it's going to clear up by tomorrow. But for now, they're just having a little bit of family time. And I must admit, I do like the attire of the waiter, particularly the slippers. I think all waiters should wear fluffy slippers. But everybody's quite excited, but as you can see by the look of Cheryl's face, she is a little bit nervous. A little bit flushed about it all. I'm sure it's going to be okay. But because it's raining and it's summer, it's awfully humid in this restaurant, and I think Glenn is looking a bit hot under the collar. But everybody's very excited about tomorrow. Yes, it is a bit warm, isn't it? Everybody's excited about tomorrow, and as you can see, Elizabeth has been quite animated about it. Right, so here we go. It's the big day. Everybody's arriving. Everybody's all dressed up. Now, that is quite embarrassing because Stephen and Jack have turned up in the same suit. Now, hopefully they can just laugh this off, and I hope that Jack's black eye is now gone. Oh, it's still there a little bit. Oh well. Let's see what else is going off around here. Well, at least it's not raining anymore. That's good. Ah, she must be the entertainment. Yes, she's tuning up, as it were. This is the second wedding we've had in a few days, because obviously it was Hannah and Jack's wedding last time. This is in a different venue though. This is in a new venue just outside of town. And they're always very sociable outings, obviously. But let's see if we can get this wedding underway now. Oh, before we do, let's just have a... Oh, yes. Everybody seems to have found the bar. Which is appropriately placed right behind the altar. So if they're comfortable, sat there drinking away, they can watch it from there. Highly inappropriate, mind you, but hey-ho. Stranger things. I think we've got one more wedding to do before the end of the series, and that is Stephen and Will's, but we'll make that the last episode of this particular series anyway, and we'll make it a big one. Right, let's get this underway now, and like the previous wedding, I will have to dub some music over the actual wedding itself, otherwise I'll get a copyright strike. Again.
What is
Fribs! Mescanor! Yuna amo. Ob. Lurvi.
Oh. Bossamu in a prep.
Yibs!
Ah,
Fuba.
Tirenga.
Rinavu.
And there we go. That went rather nicely. So let's get the cake cut.
Gabamine! Hopna burpna!
Arabeth.
I'm really glad it stopped raining. Actually, it was wouldn't have been a nice thing to have rain on your wedding day. Rather fetching dress that Nadina's got on there. Dance floor is a bit empty. Oh no! Look who is working for the catering company. Ben. Nasty Ben. Now, I don't know if Nadine has spotted him, but I think it might be a good idea if we keep these two apart. I can see Tess is dancing behind him just to keep an eye on him. Where is Nadine? Ah, she's right over there. So I dare say, through some miracle, she hasn't spotted him. Tess is on her way over there. I wonder if she's going to say anything.
Oh, Pimpini.
Flurna.
Probably, but I don't think we'll get involved.
Sibawum. Gularga Thanosa. Tanada. Tanini.
I don't know why these two are set separately, but that's better.
Oh, Rospa.
So there we go, the happy couple. I think Glenn's had enough now. So it's been a long, long day. Everybody's tired. Time for bed. At last, Cheryl and Glenn are married.